Well, hello everyone, and welcome to finally June Energy Report. And I think I should be calling them like the monthly weather report, energy weather report, because I keep getting visions of the global energy and the US energy in weather scenes. And I think it started off, with some clouds and then rain, and then the storm was just keeps getting darker and darker and more severe. And so is the case for this month. But let's first start off with the word from the sage for this month. And the word is liberating, which ties into the hexagram that I got. So that's wonderful. It's a liberating month, but maybe not in the way that you think. What else? So the visions that I got to represent the world energy, as well as very more specifically for the US, is I saw a big, and the word whirlwind came to mind, or a tornado. It was very, that when things get really dark and quiet, and it had that end times kind of feel to it. I did see like dead birds, that kind of like apocalyptic kind of silent eeriness to it. Now, that sounds really dramatic. And that is the global energy, but also more specifically for the US. And what I got, the meaning of this is that the storm is, how do I say it? We are in the middle. We are in the eye of the storm. We are currently in a space, and I did an oracle session to suss it out, what was meant. We are in the middle of the eye of the storm. And we are in a transition phase. And the month of June is going to be basically kind of status quo, not much happening on the inside, so to speak. So things are going to just kind of be the way they are. So there's not much to report here. We are in a transition mode, but kind of like on the inside, and I don't know how to explain this, but on the outside, the tornado is spinning, but we don't quite feel it or recognize it. And actually, we're not doing it. So what am I trying to say? This month, let me back up. The hexagram for this month is hexagram 40, line 2, and it's called freeing. So the theme for this month is, at the highest perspective, freeing ourselves or liberating ourselves from, of course, our ego. And let me see if there's any specifics for line 2. Line 2 is really long. So, oh yeah, it is more of the same that we've been getting every month. Liberate your need, free yourself from the ego's need to continually point out that's evil, you're a culprit, because we'd be doing that all day long to everybody, to everything we see on the news, particularly the Daily Mail. I suggest you follow that, because it's actually tying you up in a prison, and you can't free yourself from the ego when you do that. But also freeing yourself from guilt and anger, and this is all about the return. So let me just read you the judgment for hexagram 40. It says, the Southwest furthers. When there is no longer anywhere to go, return, and this brings success. So the Southwest furthers is an indication of your true self. When there's no place else to go, all hell is breaking loose. Where do you go? You return home to the true self. Free yourself from all opinions, thoughts, judgments, and just come home. And that's kind of representative of the inside of this whirlwind or tornado that is spiraling out of control around us. And also it says, if there is still unfinished business, it furthers to bring it swiftly to an end. And this is the most important message that I get for this month. So what I'm seeing is that we're actually not doing stuff, but the universe is taking care of stuff for us. For those of you who are in situations, in relationships, in whatever, that you are not meant to be in or connected with or whatever, or doing, the universe is taking this month, and whatever I talk about is stuff that is coming in is now coming in, not just happening for this month, but coming into our world. So this will continue, that the universe now is creating this tornado. And if you are stuck in relationships, situations, jobs, whatever, that you are not meant to be in, the universe is going to take you out of it, create some situation. There is going to be something to help you either make the decision for you or make the decision so clear that you have to end things. So like, we're not actually taking any action. We're in the middle. We're in this transition phase, but the universe is going to stir up a lot of stuff in your life if it hasn't already. I am witnessing that in myself in many different areas. And it's so beautiful because it's things that I just have not been happy in. And the universe just kind of did it for me, made my decisions easy, and several other things started just collapsing all around. So it's creating like this huge domino effect. And even in, I think, 3 of my friends' lives, relationship, like it's like all the domino effect, the whirlwind is coming in and just blowing it all up and moving these people into a place like, I don't even know what to do next. There's nothing to do. And this month, and I say this for a particular friend out there who I have not responded to, if you are listening, the universe has given you a very huge sign, and you've already come to that decision, but I'm telling you, the universe was giving you a sign that it's time to end that relationship. No more, cut it off, okay? Yeah, so the 40 is also the path of non-action. So you don't have to force anything. The universe will make things very clear for you this month. That's why we're also being seen as in the middle of the eye. There's no action going on there. Let the universe guide you. Just relax and let it happen, but be aware of the signs. Pay attention and free yourself from those things that are no longer making you happy, that you know are not right for you. And perhaps, if need be, internally tell the universe, yes, I'm ready for this to end, and let it happen for you, okay? Not necessary for you to do it, let the universe. But I think you have to, perhaps sometimes in some situations, if you haven't already by your inner feeling, give the inner yes or no to the action. Okay, so let's all free ourselves this month, or let the universe do it for us. So what else? Oh yeah, a couple of things that I didn't see much. I thought I was feeling some protests in Washington and maybe some military or kind of SWAT kind of watching this protest, or like I said, this might be coming. The energy for this is coming into the field. Whether it gathers momentum or not, we don't know, but this is what is coming into the field that maybe perhaps the many in the collective are thinking about, but we don't know if it will manifest. But just letting you know what is in the field of perhaps a lot of the collective, or around Washington, around that topic. Last time when I said, oh, I see a helicopter, something about a helicopter, and I thought it would be over Washington, and I thought it would be about being in Washington's airspace, because I heard that, and I mixed up two different stories. Of course, this is my ego trying to make my vision like fit. But it was so funny about the helicopter because the helicopter thing was really clear. And I thought, I don't know what this is about. But like 2 days later, there was this big story about Tom Cruise coming in and landing in a helicopter. San Diego. It was kind of ridiculous. But also, there was a plane that accidentally flew into the restricted airspace over Biden's Delaware home or something like that, and they had to evacuate. So very interesting. So we'll see if there's any kind of protest or something going on in Washington. Doesn't really matter. So anything I need to pass on? Yes, there is. I did an Oracle session. I've told you all that. Look, I checked into about the gas situation, and I got that there doesn't appear that now there will be a gas shortage, when before it was kind of looking like there would be a gas shortage. Although if you don't have the money for it, then you are shorting yourself of gas. And I did get, and I'm highly speculative of this answer, that the gas prices will stop rising. I mean, of course, they will eventually stop rising, but, and that I got the government will step in, ding, ding, ding. But I think what it's feeling like is the situation like the baby food formula, a little too little too late, that because every day it's like gas prices even higher. Every day I wake up and I go, well, Sage, you said the gas prices would not continue to rise. But I think in my head, I was seeing like, it's not going to go to $10, that like they're going to sit back like the baby formula crisis. And then when it reaches critical mass, they'll jump in and think, yeah, well, we're the heroes. We'll try to fix it, but we're not going to buy it. Okay. So I think eventually there's going to be some intervention. There's going to have to be. Maybe there's not, and maybe that's why we have protests. Yeah. So I asked the sage, what is this inner feeling of the eye? Is this a status quo for June? Ding, ding, ding. Transition period? Yes. Is this something about the next level of the breaking down, the destruction of whatever? And I got a simple yes. Lots more to know about that. Now, oh yes, and I do ask, I've been asking every couple of months for a long time, is now the time to start prepping? Now, I know someone out there is already a prepper and they're like, you should have started prepping 10 years ago. But for those of you like myself who have thought about it and have continually asked, the sage has said, no, 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 until this month. When I got a simple yes with lots more to know, but still it's a yes. And what I get is, it's a warm yes for this answer. Like, now's the time, and you have some time to prepare. Like, you're not in critical time zone, but a simple yes. It's time to start prepping. Now, what kind of prepping do we mean here? Let me see if I can find my, now's the time to prep. Yes. Prepping, meaning basic survival needs. Yes, solid yes. I don't need to ask much more, because prepping can include, like ammunition, I don't know, bug out shelter. I don't know all this stuff. Sage says we don't need to go crazy like that, but basic survival needs. I asked for how long? 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. 3 months, solid yes. Then I was asking, what about our lighting and electrical needs? Do we need to think about that in this prepping? Yes. And I asked, is this need for the prepping, is that mostly due to supply shortages? What is the matter with my mouth today? I got to know. Is it something to do with electrical grid problems? Yes. So we'll see. Remember, this is what's coming into the field, not happening this month, not happening perhaps in the next 3 months, right? Because the sage is indicating this is not critical, but it's time to start. So this could be months out. It could be a long time out. We don't know. I asked, is this really a need for worldwide? And I got no. For the US, ding, ding, ding. So mostly this is for the US, but of course, you know, it would be smart to prep, you know, to just have basic needs, the best you can do for up to 3 months. Why not? It just gives you a little bit of security. And I totally forgot to tell you the synchronicity about this prepping thing, because I was kind of, you know, I'm kind of like, oh, the universe will take care of things. Nothing will be bad. But then at the same time, I'm like, oh shit, this month I was beginning to get the feeling of, oh, it's time. I have to start doing it. So I'm actively doing that. And right after I did the Oracle session, I had to go to the pet store, and I'm driving, and I decide to listen to some guy on YouTube that I've been listening to for about 10 years. And within a minute and 30 seconds, I was in shock, because I was like, really? Do we need to prep? Thinking about this. And I had just done this Oracle session. 1 minute, 30 seconds. He has never, in the 10 years that I've been listening to this person, ever done a commercial, and never has done a commercial for dun, 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 food prep. So he's like, now's the time to start prepping. And I thought, are you kidding me, universe? So to me, it felt like a huge confirmation. So take that how you wish. Better to be safe than sorry. So June, kind of status quo, nothing really happening, but what's coming into our field is that the universe is going to start taking care of situations and things, and even your ego attachments. If you're kind of in this journey and you're awake and aware and conscious and kind of know what's going on, and this is part of your path, then the universe is going to start blowing things up for you. Or you're just going to get like, so, you know, after this period when the tornado really starts movement, because it's status, it's staying in one spot right now. That's what I'm feeling, and blowing up people's lives. But, you know, tornadoes and whirlwinds start movement. When that movement happens, are you going to get sucked in backwards into the old stuff, or spin out into, you know, new possibilities? So I think that's what the universe is trying to liberate and free you from. Okay, until next time, bye-bye. Now, where's my stop button? Okay.